Hi. So, I've been negative these past 2 weeks, and I kind of feel bad about that. I don't want to be Mr. Negative. So, I decided to talk about something I really like. I really like Godzilla. And it's not even just like a small little love for the franchise. No, I have been a massive fan since the year 2012. Like, it is ridiculous how long I've been a Godzilla fan. Mind you, I am 19 years old. I have been a fan of Godzilla since 2012. So I've been a fan for 13 years. I really love Godzilla. It's actually a really simple reason why. I like seeing giant monsters fight, you know? I'm a Neanderthal now. When I watch Godzilla movies, I don't go in for the plot. I go for giant monster fighting. One of my favorite movies, unironically, is Godzilla vs. Megalon. That movie's peak. I love Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar is my guy. I love Jet Jaguar. Brief background on why I love Godzilla. So when I was like 6, I would come back from school. And, like, I didn't like Teen Titans Go. I didn't like any of those shows. I didn't like a majority of cartoons that played in my cable. So I just, like, go through random channels. I think it was Stars. They would play, like, old Godzilla movies constantly. And from there, I became a huge fan. My first Godzilla movie was Godzilla vs. Monster X. Yeah. Like, as soon as I saw a 3-headed golden dragon fighting a giant lizard, fighting a giant pteranodon, fighting a giant moth, I fell in love. Like, that is absolutely awesome. Like, I loved it so much. I also remember when I was a kid, I was really obsessed with dinosaurs. Fuck, I'm still obsessed with dinosaurs. I love me a good dinosaur. So, just combining giant dinosaurs with giant dragons and all these mythological creatures just fighting each other, it's just so cool. I remember watching Mechagodzilla, like the first one. Oh my goodness, that shit was peak. Oh, I couldn't trust someone after that. I never watched the Terminator movies until I was like, what, 13 or 14? So that was my version of the Terminator movies, Mechagodzilla. I remember recently watching the latest Godzilla movie. As the time of recording this video, it is Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. You know, I thought that shit was peak. Everybody was complaining that the plot was stupid. I wasn't there for the plot, you know. I actually, like, kind of felt nostalgic towards the plot for some reason. Well, probably because, like, Mothra in every incarnation, doesn't matter what incarnation she's in, she's always reincarnated in this, like, weird, like, society, tribal village thing. The girl being, like, a prophet, summoning Mothra again, like, it made sense. Like, it makes sense with the Mothra lore, especially, like, in Legendary Godzilla's universe. Like, it makes sense why. It's not like the old canon where Godzilla was just a nuclear dinosaur that became OP. I actually really like current Godzilla a lot. Like, I really love Legendary Godzilla. I think Legendary Godzilla is my second favorite. Ooh, actually, that's difficult. Well, for me personally, my favorite incarnation of Godzilla is Heisei Godzilla. Heisei Godzilla actually had so many banger movies. Oh my goodness, let's see. Godzilla in 1985, and then we got Godzilla vs. Biollante, which I personally really love Biollante. I think Biollante should come back in a movie, because holy fuck, that was cool. We had Godzilla vs. Mothra, and then we had Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. But my favorite Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Destroyer is literally a menace to society. He has the coolest fucking intro in the whole wide world. Like, little kid me shit himself watching this movie because this shit was so peak. Like, I love Destroyer. If I had a top 5 kaiju of all time, Destroyer would probably be like number 2 behind Godzilla because I fucking love Godzilla. I'm a Godzilla stan. I also really like Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla, I really love how monstrous he looks. Because usually Godzilla kind of looks like a giant dinosaur with articulated arms. But Shin Godzilla really had, like, a really solid design. I really loved when he shoots his atomic beam. He just opens his mouth, like his jaw splits in half, like smoke starts coming out, and then it becomes fire. Then it becomes an actual laser beam. I thought that shit was so cool, and I also really loved his tail. I thought that was so creative, and I also thought it was really cool that he can shoot atomic ray beams out of his just out of his back. Like, that shit's so cool. Like, call me a 10-year-old, but like, that shit was awesome. We haven't really had a grounded Godzilla film since Shin Godzilla, but even then I don't really consider it that grounded because it applies to modern day Tokyo. and Japan and all that. So I really haven't seen a Godzilla film that has tackled a serious issue since the first movie. You know, besides Shin Godzilla, I consider Godzilla Minus One a remake of the first Godzilla film because they're pretty similar. Sure, the plot isn't one-to-one, but they both take place around the same time, and they also criticize a lot about the atomic bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which was a huge tragedy for Japan. And, you know, I really felt connected to the main characters. I felt like the acting was so good, and I genuinely felt so much sorrow for the main character. The main character felt so realistic. I don't want to spoil the movie, because I consider that a top 3 Godzilla film. I think the original, Minus One, and Shin Godzilla are probably like top 3 if you're really into the movies for plot-wise. But if you just want giant monsters fighting, I think the best one probably is Godzilla vs. Kong. I feel like that one's pretty good to watch. Godzilla vs. Destroya, or any of like the campy old films. I really like Godzilla vs. Megalon because it's so stupid. I love it. But I do really like some of the Godzilla designs. You know, again, Heisei Godzilla had so many bangers. Let's see, you had like Godzilla 1985. Oh, kind of just the base design. You know, after that film, the design got better. Let's just say Godzilla vs. Biollante. That design for Godzilla is really good. And then we had Space Godzilla, which I know they're very creative with the names. And then we had, oh, Burning Godzilla is so fucking cool to me. Oh my god, I'm just, ooh. A giant nuclear dinosaur that is on fire is just so cool to me. I don't know, I'm just a 10-year-old, I'm sorry. I really like the Godzilla King of the Monsters design. That shit was cool. I really like that. You know, just the atomic breath, you know, like the blue spine and everything. Ah, he's just really cool. You know, he's just badass. You know, I really like Shin Godzilla, like I talked a little earlier. I really liked Minus One Godzilla. Godzilla has a lot of weird lore now that I think about it. Like, yeah, it's canon in the Godzilla verse that Godzilla killed the Greek gods. So take that information and do what you want with it. So Godzilla's had a lot of collabs with Marvel. Now that I think about it, now he's in Fortnite. Yeah, I mean, I bet you knew that because I'm playing the gameplay. You know. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you made it far into the video, subscribe, leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And comment Snickers, because Godzilla did a Snickers commercial one time. Sorry that this video was all over the place. You know, I just think what's on my mind and it just comes out. And yeah, I don't have any structure for these videos. I don't like scripting them because I like being real with you guys, you know? So, have a great day and remember the government's always watching.